back at home and sorry.
What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content here. And yes, another review, Home Alone 2. Okay, Lost in New York. Kevin is back at it again, y'all. So we got to get into the shenanigans. I'm excited.
Christmas in the trenches.
In the trenches. Okay. So, y'all, please, before we get into it, if you don't mind, please like the video, subscribe, do all the things to support the channel.
What's up, peeps?
What's up, peeps? What's up? I feel like I be saying it wrong. I'm reading is fundamental, okay? Shaq Rakim, Black. I don't understand why. I'm college educated. I don't understand.
Your name. That name.
I don't understand why, but I hope I'm not butchering it. I hope. But I hope all is well. I hope you're having a great Saturday. And yes, we are going to get into it. Okay. Are you ready?
I always been.
He always been ready, you guys. He always been ready. So let me see, because I'm trying to get you more in the shot here. All right. Can you come up some? Let's see.
Please
here.
wait while I have some technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, sir. All right, not too technical. All right. We good. Hey, Inga, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So, y'all, I don't like your face being cut off. Okay, we good. So, Home Alone 2, Kevin. All right. A lot of deja vu situations going on up in here. Okay, so the family. It starts off the family. We at the house.
In the crib.
And they are chaotic. Like last year, everybody running around. I'm like, we have not learned. We have not learned yet what to do when we're, preparing for a holiday. Like we have all these people here. We got all these people in this house, and we still have not learned to be proactive and plan ahead, because we're running around. So we hear, based on like what they're saying, they're preparing to be in a warmer climate. So they're actually preparing to go to Florida for Christmas
to see one of their family members.
No, I don't think their family members are there. I think they're just going to Florida. But they also planning for a Christmas pageant. So everybody's in the house running around doing everything, right? So Kevin, he is not fond of this new location for a holiday because there's no Christmas trees in Florida. Do you agree with Kevin? Like, would you be down to go to like a beach location or a sunny climate for Christmas, or do you want it to be like cold for Christmas?
Like, why in the world would people want?
Hey, Mr. Jones. Why
in the world would people want?
Talk a little louder.
Why in the world people want to spend Christmas without a Christmas tree? You got decorate Palm Beach.
So you're not down, because you and Kevin pretty much almost the same age, so you wouldn't be down with it either. No to Florida.
No.
So Kevin, of course, he's upset. He's not trying to feel it, right? And the dad is actually trying to find the battery that they're charging.
Cheapskate is back in the crib.
Okay, all right. Let me get through. Okay, I appreciate your excitement, but don't. It's not good to talk over each other. Okay, because it's hard for people to understand. Okay, just. We learning, people. We learning, okay? That is Auntie's number one pet peeve, is people talking over each other, especially on the internet, okay? It's too chaotic for me. I can't do it. Inga says, send her to the beach. Okay. So the dad, he, asked the mom, about the camcorder battery, right? Mm-hmm. So he unplugs everything and replugs it, but the battery for the camcorder was connected also to the outlet that the alarm clock, what's that? And it goes back to 12 o'clock and it's flashing. So we're going to see how that plays out in a minute, right? Before we do, Kevin, he confirms that he did pack his suitcase. So we're learning a little bit. Now, the mom did say that she laid everything out. So he probably just had to put everything in the bag. But that's kind of an upgrade, right? He's doing better, right?
Mm-hmm. Improvement. I'll give a B+.
He's a B+. Okay, we'll take it, right? So he also is tasked to get his tie from the bathroom. But Uncle Frank is in there. And we already know Uncle Frank is with the shenanigans. Like, I don't understand. Like, does Uncle Frank treat his kids as bad or talk to them as bad as he does? Like, I don't understand. Like, this is his nephew. Kevin is his blood. But you would think Kevin is like a kid off the street. Even if he was a kid off the street, he is just very much rude. Like, Uncle Frank is probably that relative that don't need to come around. Point blank. And he cheat. How you rude and cheat? You pick a struggle, right?
Exactly.
You can't do that. And then he seems like he's the only one showering, so he's late. He's behind. Then he's singing. He's singing, but Kevin, he's using Kevin's bathroom, right? So it looks like we get a glimpse of possibly Kevin's room. And that was kind of my annoyance in the first Home Alone, because we never saw Kevin's bedroom. We saw his mom's, Buzz, everybody all over the house, but we never saw Kevin's bedroom. So that was aggravating. So it looks like, because I was kind of looking at the details in the room, so it looks like a room for like a kid his age. So I'm going to say they gave us a glimpse of Kevin's room.
But when like Mr. Cheapskate was sitting in the shower,
yeah,
he had to brush it. He had to go like.
You like that part, Uncle Frank? So Uncle Frank, he pretty much
terrible.
He said some horrible words to Kevin. Okay, I'm like, you're in my house using my electricity and my water, and you still being mean. Get out, right?
You're banned.
You were banned. So we head to the Christmas pageant, y'all, and Kevin. Poor little sweet little brave Kevin has a solo. Now, Uncle Frank, he had to be woken up because he was asleep. I guess that nice hot shower relaxed him, okay? Because he was asleep during the pageant. So Kate, the mom, she's kind of letting everybody know Kevin's solo's coming up. So Kevin's over there singing his heart out. Sound like a little angel. Can you give us a little sound? Like, not the song he was singing, but sing a little something. Starlight, starlight. Yes, he was singing. Just the cutest little voice. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So Buzz goes and gets 2 candles and put it behind Kevin's ears. So, Kevin, he got a little ear situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't perfect with his cute little ears. And Kevin notices because everybody's laughing. That's the problem. The whole audience is laughing. Disrespect. Like, these mostly are adults in the audience, and y'all can't keep y'all composure for a little prank. Anywho, I'm getting annoyed just talking about it, y'all. Same. So Kevin turns around. He looks and sees what he's doing. He pushed Buzz, but he kind of pushed the guy next to him, and then domino effect. Everybody, pretty much the whole Christmas concert is done. The concert is done. Okay, y'all got my little me, and we done. Like, they knocked the little lady on the keyboard out on the piano.
Wait! It was just cardboard. It was like a cardboard tree. It fell down. It was just cardboard.
It was just cardboard. But hey, it still happened. It still happened. And of course, we get back home, and Buzz has a little fake apology.
Okay.
What?
I have a question.
Well, you have a question? Okay, I told him to write his questions down. So we'll talk about it. So what is your question?
I would just like to say, what was saying that fake apology? He was like, ladies and gentlemen, of the jury and something like that. Bro, you're not in court. This is not the courthouse. You're not going to the big house. Chill.
Yeah, Buzz was doing too much. And then he wasn't even sincere because he was saying little smart stuff to Kevin. He was like, beat that, you little trout sniffer. Like what?
He's supposed to be a role model.
He is supposed to be a role model, but he ain't modeling no roles over here. So it's Kevin Sir. So the family, they give him a little clap. I'm like, why are y'all clapping?
The prank, bruh. It was like big that little trap there. How did they not see that?
Yeah, that was traumatic. And you could tell, like, the mom and the dad, they were the only two in the audience not laughing. And they felt the embarrassment. And she probably was double annoyed because one son is causing trauma for the other son.
Wait.
Because Buzz did it. Sense. And then Kevin, he got, he was embarrassed.
But it doesn't make any sense. Still, Buzz did something wrong. So shouldn't he be punished?
Yeah. So they asked Kevin for his apology. And Kevin's like, no, I don't need to apologize. Like, I am the victim here. Do you feel like he should apologize at all? No. I agree. I think the family, they be
too hard on Kevin.
Yeah. That's not cool. So he's mad at the family. And he was like, I'd rather kiss a toilet seat to apologize to Buzz. Now,
same.
You would kiss a toilet seat?
300.
Oh.
Public.
Okay, let's just make sure we never share any washcloths or anything. Because if you rather kiss a toilet seat,
don't worry, I'll eat 300 bars of soap after that.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. But the life choices of.
I was just kidding.
Okay, he was just kidding. All right. Anywho, so Kevin is annoyed, right? And of course, he gets sent to the attic again. And she pretty much was like, hey, we went through this last year. Like, he was like, he pretty much in the bed was like, they're all just a bunch of jerks. I think jerk is his favorite word. Now, jerk, when he says jerk, he really means it, right? So,
cheapskate should be his favorite word.
Well, that's kind of Uncle Frank's thing. We're going to call Uncle Frank Mr. Cheapskate for now on. That's his name. So, he pretty much was, telling her, like, hey, I don't even care about y'all vacation. It's stupid anyway. We're going to Florida. It has nothing to do with Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I'd rather, go on my own vacation if I have my own money. She was like, well, you got what you asked for last year.
You may get again this year.
So, of course, Kevin, deja vu. But it's one thing I do want to point out, which is confusing, right? So, Kevin was 8 years old last movie, but now he mentions he's 10. I'm like,
wait. And Mer also said it happened last year, so
that's what I'm saying. It's not like a year and a half. Like, I'm a little confused.
Bombastic side eye.
Yeah, bombastic side eye. I'm a little confused. But hey, we're not going. I guess minor details. It's still Home Alone, still a classic, right? So the next morning, the family oversleeps again. Because yes, I love that part. And then they looked at the camera. They was like, ah!
Wait. What's their face?
Ah! How do you feel when you oversleep? You don't do it often. You're really good with waking up in the morning. I don't even have to wake you up normally for school or anything. But how would you feel? Like, how do you feel when you oversleep? Is that stressful?
I realized I have PE class today.
When you have PE class? Well, no, you have PE in the mornings?
Yeah, fourth grade has specials in the
in the morning. I didn't know that.
We're supposed to get the specials, so we usually unstack the chairs to the side clap and stuff.
Oh, but you're never late for school though, so that don't matter. Anywho, so
I will wake up like this.
So we get in the van.
I have a nightmare.
And the mom Kate is passing out the tickets, right? And Kevin was like, I'm right here, front seat. Kevin probably had his own alarm clock.
Like,
Kevin was like, we not doing this again. Y'all not gonna leave me again. Give me my ticket, please. That was kind of funny, right?
I know.
Hey, Tamika. Tamika says, hey, nephew. And hey, Zaria. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Please like the video if y'all don't mind. So I love the fact that Kevin was like, no, I'm taking life into the matters into my own hand. I'm going to wake. If he did oversleep, he made sure he probably cracked the door in the attic or something to make sure he heard anybody like running around the house. But he made sure. He probably slept in his clothes for the next day. I'm sure he did all he could to make sure.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. Yes. So They get to the airport. Of course, they're rushing again. And he's more focused on getting a battery for his recorder. So he has his dad's bag and like he's really just not focused. But that's definitely a type of like situation where you need to pay attention. Don't you agree? Mm-hmm. What's up, Joe Vlogs? He said, did you know there's 6 Home Alone movies, but they're all terrible after 2, especially 4 and 6.
Wait, there's 5 and a 6?
There's 4. No, he said there's 6. Now we did see an advertisement for one the other day. I guess that was 2 years ago. What? So I don't know if that was number 5 or 6, but we've seen 4 and we'll be covering all 4. Definitely.
I'm confused.
What?
Later tonight I'm gonna ask, hey Siri, is there a Home Alone 5 and 6?
You're gonna ask Siri. She got all the answers right.
No, she's really stupid. she needs to be updated. I'll rather choose Alexa.
Oh, you like Alexa better?
Yeah.
All right. So we in the busy airport. Everybody's running, and Kevin, he stops in the airport in the middle of the busy airport, and then he wants to change his batteries for the camcorder. He has his dad's bag. So
all the ching-chings in it.
The ching-chings. Yes, he got all the ching-chings. So he's looking up and down, but in the midst of him looking up and down and stopping, his dad moves further along in the airport to where we can't see his dad, but there's another guy with the same coat.
The same clothes, the same
yeah, he looks like similar to his dad, like from behind.
But the only thing that was off is that he had a mustache.
Oh, see. But Kevin, he didn't see any of that. He just saw the little wool, tan coat, and he was following that. So he's like, Dad, wait up. And so he gets to his gate, and then
he bumps into one of the airline managers. It's like the person who waits at the low.
Yeah, it's the ticket agent.
The ticket agent.
Mm-hmm. Well, they trying to change the names, but we just want to call it a ticket agent because we talked about it when we saw it, that the airport rules are definitely more different and strict, since 9/11. So it was definitely a lot more lax than there is now. Okay, they're not playing any games in the airport now. Okay, so
they have dogs in the airport.
I know. So he had a paper ticket. Now, typically, you can get like a paper, what we call a boarding pass. But typically, tickets are like electronic. You can have your ticket on your phone. So
I forgot my ticket. I'm scared. scared.
So he bumps into the lady. All the tickets are on the ground, and she was like overwhelmed, right? And so another guy comes and, they're about to like close, the plane so they can prepare to leave. And he's pretty much saying like, my dad is on the plane. He was just, he just got on before I did. And the lady, I'm sure she remembered, hey, there was a guy that, just came through. So.
And then the other guy says, make sure he finds his family and locates.
Yeah. And so Kevin sees the guy that he's been following putting his luggage up top, and he's like, my dad's right there. So it's so interesting, right? How there's so many steps that could have been that was taken to prevent these things from happening, but they still happen, right? So he followed the guy.
Just doesn't make any sense though.
What doesn't make sense?
He only saw his dad. Well, what about his mother?
Yeah.
What about his grandma? He didn't care about any other of those people. He didn't care about.
Yeah, I mean, he probably was focused on his dad because he was really the one that was with his dad the most. Like even when they got out the van, he was with his dad, so that's probably all he was focused. But you're right. You're definitely right. He should have been looking for everyone else. But his dad was the last person he saw. Well, he thought who his dad was. So that's probably why. And then he sits down and he asks the guy, "You ever been to Florida before?" And he's speaking French. So he can't even confirm or deny, because if the guy spoke English, then Kevin would have like, oh no, I'm on the wrong plane, right?
This is what he did after. He got little headphones.
Yeah, and then
he's like, I'm not listening to this.
No, but also the lady on the speaker was saying, trip to New York. So if he didn't have his headset on, he would have heard that too. So it was so many opportunities, but. You know what? When I think of stuff like that, I think of, it was meant to be. It was God, because there's so many things that could have prevented, Kevin. But
God's like, no.
God's like, no, Kevin, Let there be New York. You were bravery, your bravery saved your family and your neighborhood last year. I'm going to reward you with what you want. Right? That's what I'm saying. Kevin, you get a free trip to New York. Okay. So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. I really love this little look right here. He's over there looking like
bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side eye. So the mother, she's on a whole nother plane, right? But you ever heard of like a mother's intuition or woman's intuition? You ever heard of the word intuition?
Of course, I never heard the word intuition.
You never heard the word. So it's pretty much, just your inner gut, your inner feeling. You feel as a mother, as a woman, that something is wrong, something isn't right, something is off, So she's feeling like, oh, especially, you feel like, oh, because she kind of felt that last time, right? And she was right on the plane. So
the only reason why she knew is because Kevin was the main center of attention.
Yeah, Kevin was kind of the main center of attention, and kind of like the outcast at the same time, kind of weird. But I don't know, they treated Buzz like he was like the prize of the family. That was kind of annoying, right?
I'll put the in reverse card. Skip Buzz's turn. Skip Buzz's turn.
Uno reverse.
Skip Buzz's turn. Uno.
All right, so we're at what we call a baggage claim. It's a part of the airport where you pick up your luggage for, your trip. So they, pass Kevin's luggage all around, and then they realize Kevin is not there. And what does the mother do? Because it was like, Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. Kevin's not here. And she was like, Kevin's not here. The dad was like, what? And what did she do?
She was standing up.
If you would have broke that, I swear you would have been a punishment. Oh my God, you're stressing me out. Oh. You guys, you don't know what we've been through this week. Child. Whew. Okay, let me collect my thoughts here.
Ho, ho, ho. You got a free mug. It's cold.
Okay, all right, goodbye. So, Kevin, he gets off his plane. And he's looking around like, I don't see any of my family members. And so he's looking across,
out
the window, which is not really like that. But
you see the double-decker bridge, all the skyscrapers,
yeah,
the giant river. With
it's great scenery, but that's not it. Based on, because I was reading because there's technically like 3 airports in New York. 2 are in Queens and 1 is in Newark, right? So New Jersey. Sorry.
Okay.
You knew about that? You knew Newark, New Jersey is? No?
Error.
Oh, okay. You was about to surprise me. Okay. So he realizes like, hold up, this don't look like Florida. So he asked the lady, like, excuse me. What city is that over there? And what did she say?
New York.
He was like, I did it again. So he has this moment of shock, right? And he was like pretty much saying, my family's in Florida and I'm in New York. And then he starts to celebrate, right? Let me see what Joe Blocks had to say. Sorry, Joe. He said the 675th one has Kevin in a dancer in a dress that's a man twerking on saying hi, eating bread.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he was talking about, talking to a man in stilts, but you also stated originally the actor for Kevin's brother or cousin was supposed to be the kid of Home Alone 3, but it ended up being a random family. Then, okay. Remember I was telling you Fuller was Kevin's brother? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Kevin, he starts to celebrate. So we see him, he catches a cab, to, Manhattan. He goes to Times Square. He goes to Chinatown. He goes to the Statue of Liberty. He goes to the Twin Towers. He's on the top of the Twin Towers. Like, I don't even know if they ever did that as like a tourist thing. Like, I know you can go to the top of the Empire State Building. Did I tell you my story about the Empire State Building?
No. Okay.
Well, viewers who don't know, I was born and raised in New York City, and my Detroit. I
think.
Detroit.
Brooklyn?
Harlem.
Oh.
I'm like, where did Detroit come from? Oh gosh,
Sorry.
that's okay. So my stepdad,
I thought you were born in the trenches.
I mean Harlem is the trenches, right? But I lost my train of thought. My stepdad worked for the Empire State Building, and so we had an opportunity to pretty much go to the top level, because I don't think it was like now in New York. There's so many tourist options to where you can travel, go up to all these big buildings and stuff. But I don't think it was that often that they did that back then, and it was like early 90s. So I was given the chance. So your Nana said, hey, you can go with us to the Empire State Building, or you can go to McDonald's with your grandma. What do you think I chose to do?
McDonald's? You're foodie? Oh, man.
I chose to go to McDonald's. And I know, Mom, if you listen, I think y'all set me up because y'all wanted to go on a date because y'all knew I was going to choose McDonald's. And I'm so mad.
Da, da, da.
So I never got to go to the like highest floor of the Empire State Building.
I knew you were a foodie.
A Happy Meal. You cannot beat a Happy Meal. I'm sorry. You can't do that.
The Happy Meal chicken nuggets are disgusting.
Well, the McDonald's tastes a lot more better. Like, I saw a lot more better. A lot better 30 years ago. I would say that. The quality. Well, no, I do feel like from people that still eat McDonald's, they say it tastes the same, but I think the quality is maybe a little different. Even though I do indulge in a hot cakes and sausage breakfast once in a blue moon, okay, and an apple pie. Don't tell nobody. But
wait. Speaking of McDonald's, my birthday telling lies out here.
You don't want to tell your friends' business online, okay?
Okay.
If it was your business, maybe, but not your friends, okay? That just kind of, yeah, we don't want to do that. So I was really watching. Kevin was doing a lot. Like, don't get me wrong. Everything that we saw him do, it was in like the borough of Manhattan. Do you know about boroughs?
I know animals dig burrows to live in, but
no. Well, boroughs, pretty much New York City is divided into 5 boroughs. It's like it's like small cities within one big city. That's kind of what a borough is.
It's sections.
Exactly. So there's 5.
Residential, commercial, and all that stuff.
Well, no, it's a little different. Oh. But there are 5 boroughs. There's Brooklyn, there's Manhattan, and Harlem is a smaller community inside Manhattan. That's where I'm from. Then there's the Bronx, Staten Island, and Queens.
Wait. Oh yeah, I think I know Staten Island. So here's like New York's here, and then there's the island here, and then the Statue of Liberty over here somewhere. Yeah,
and Staten Island. I mean, New York City is actually an island in its own, but that's I'll show you the map. Kind of, whatever. We'll get into the specifics later. I'm just not trying to be like a geography lesson. Candy Love, so that's right. Animals dig burrows. Yes, he be knowing. Okay, so like I said, Kevin was doing a whole lot in that city, but it's a movie. Okay, so the parents, they're at the airport at the security desk.
Once again,
what are they saying?
They said,
look at the camera.
We left somebody behind, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They said it.
Yeah. Candy, he's been in New York several times. But
take me to New York. Actually, they're going to New York soon, but
yeah, but he's been at least 3 to 4 times. So,
but I can't remember because that was.
You actually was in New York this year, but technically New Jersey, but
yeah, I was on the border.
Yeah, but you saw the Statue of Liberty. You got a nice little picture and everything. But
I was holding the Statue of Liberty in my hand.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, you did actually. I forgot about that. So, the security person was like, well, it's unlikely that Kevin will be anywhere else except for, Chicago airport. So they're thinking he's still in the Chicago airport. What are you doing? Can you stop that, please?
Okay.
Thank you. So it's stressful, y'all. We also find out the wet bandits, aka Harry and Marv, are in New York. So apparently there was a prison riot and they escaped. These idiots, I don't even know how they managed to do that. And they made it to New York. They probably took the bus or something. It's probably real easy for them to do that. but they are in New York too, which this automatically sets recipe for disaster, right?
But I feel like prisons should be more secure. Well, these days they're more secure, but back then they should have like guard towers, snipers, and everything. But back then
I mean, they did have, secure, but like I
they
said,
didn't have as much sniper towers as they do today.
Yeah, I don't know the stats on it, but I'm sure you're right on some level. What's up, Joe Blocks? You said Harry and Margaret are literally immortal, and Kevin is a sociopath. All of these are true if you think about it. Kevin is. I'm broke, Kevin. Don't get me wrong, but he's special. Okay, I'm just going to say that Kevin is a little special. All right.
Roblox be speaking true facts.
True facts. Okay, so we find out, that the wet bandits, they escape, and so they have a plan, right, to have a quick score. So pretty much to have a quick cash, or quick robbery come up to get money, to get a passport, and to leave the country. That's their plan, right? So it's funny because Kevin, he's out and about, celebrating his independence from his family, and him and the wet bandits actually cross the same busy street. But of course, Kevin, he's bopping along. He's not, realizing, he's not even thinking about them because they're supposed to be in prison. But I think Harry is so traumatized. He probably like nightmares about Kevin because I think he just, I don't know. I probably would be traumatized, right? And so he kept looking back when Kevin passed him. He's like, Marv was like, why are you making that face? He was like, I thought I saw something, but he was actually right. He don't know that yet, but he is actually right. So nothing happens at that point. They go their separate ways. Then Kevin, he checks into the Plaza Hotel. Now he was watching a commercial at home talking about the Plaza Hotel. It's kind of like the most, bougiest, expensive hotel
in New York City.
Yes. And the Plaza, it's still there, thriving.
Today?
Yeah. It's right across the street from Central Park. Well, Central Park is a big park, but it's right across the street. It's great scenery. It's a great location. But a lot of money. There's like hundreds of dollars a night, right?
It was $900.
Well, that's the room service.
Oh, that's the room service?
Yes. We don't know exactly how much you're stressed out. Yeah, so we had Kevin charged the card for the nights he stayed and room service. So I did see later on that Kevin checked in on the 23rd of December, right? So he was there for 2 nights. Well, technically 1 or so night. We'll get into it because his family eventually comes.
But this doesn't. Wait.
Slow down.
This would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it comes down Mr. Cheapskate's check, what would happen?
Mr. Cheapskate, yeah, Uncle Frank.
R.I.P.
He wouldn't even be fun. He wouldn't even invite the family over. He's that type of guy. He's not having anything that costs any additional money. What's up, Blaze? You said wet bandits just about to go wet up in so many ways. Kevin has some serious problems and probably should have had a certified professional to help him out. Yeah, Kevin's just a victim. I think of Kevin as a hero and the victim. I think his family is to blame. I honestly feel that. And Buzz is numero uno. Buzz and the parents. The sisters and the other brother, they didn't really do too. I mean, they was kind of getting on him. But anywho, we're not going to go.
Buzz is uno. The parent, Mr. Cheapskate is dos.
Yeah, because he got a lot. He got away with a lot. The parents never checked him. They never say, hey, Frank, you doing too much. They never said that. They just let Frank do whatever he want to do. That's the problem. So Kevin... He checks into the plaza. He actually, we see that he asked directions from a famous person, I should say, who is a former president and actually going to be the president. We're not gonna say his name, but you already know he was actually like kind of a big celebrity back then. He was big into real estate. He was a big popular businessman. I mean, he still is, but times change. Okay, he checked more things off his to-do list, child. So we get a cameo from Mr. Donald. And he decides to use Kevin uses technology to be able to make reservations over the phone in the hotel lobby. And then he checks in, and the counter, the lady was like, "What's going on here? There's a little kid trying to check in." But he pretty much makes up a lie and says his dad dropped him off with the, credit card. So he's able to check in, right? Miss Hester allows him to do so. But there's Mr. Hector, who is very suspicious. As soon as he sees Kevin. I feel like they're related. I know. It was Hester and Hector.
But I feel like they're related, but I feel like they're not related because they don't have anything in common.
Yeah, I don't think they were related. They were probably just co-workers. Joe Box said, I asked Chat GPT to put a dark take on Home Alone 2. It says about a kid who's neglected and abused and is overlooked and behind the laughs and are secretly challenged that no child should ever face. I mean, that is true. That's not even no dark take. That's what it is. Okay. I mean, it's a holiday movie. It's, gives you all the things, but I think we all mostly recognize that there are some serious issues going on with the McAllister bunch. Okay. We're not overlooking that at all, because in a typical situation, Child Protective Services would have been called. Okay. So Kevin is showing, you got a question?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were that lady, that lady at the checkout desk,
mm-hmm.
what would you do at that time?
That's a good question. See, there's a fine line between doing your job and
doing the right thing.
Yeah. So if it were me and I saw a 10-year-old kid check into a hotel, because typically,
is that even legal?
I don't see, the laws probably change. I don't know, but I know now when you check into a hotel, you need your driver's license or ID, like a picture ID, and you need a credit card. So he had the credit card, he just didn't have the ID. Well, he technically had his dad's ID because he had his dad's wallet, but they didn't ask for that. So I don't know. I wasn't checking into hotels in the 80s and 90s. It could have been real lax in terms of the laws, especially the Plaza Hotel. Like, they're like cream of the crop. They are, a bougie hotel. So I don't know. I probably, knowing me, just to cover myself as an employee and make sure I don't lose my job, I will probably go to another manager or someone just to get their opinion. So we are both signing off on approving a little kid checking in. Like, I'm not about to go down on my own because I done checked in a 10-year-old kid into a nice suite, because that wasn't just a basic room. That was a suite. They had a living room, a bedroom, a nice.
Were there.
Yeah, like that room was
a president that made history.
Yeah, he said Hoover stayed in that hotel on the floor.
Hoover, yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to cover my tracks, because what I'm not going to do is call me down to the HR department. No. Okay, so Kevin is shown his room by the bellhop called Cedric. And Cedric was showing Kevin's room, but Cedric was told by Mr. Hector to kind of keep out and look on the kid because something is strange, right? Mm-hmm. So he's kind of trying to peep into Kevin's bag and everything, but Kevin kind of, prevents him from doing that. And so he was expecting a tip from Kevin. Now, let me know, as a kid, do you think he should have expected a tip from the kid?
Stupid.
It's stupid? Okay.
Wait. This one.
Oh, gosh. Blaze, you said, come find at the Plaza Hotel. I might give you a job. Wait, wrong movie. It's a lot. So, Joe Blocks, that's a great question. I kind of want to save that until we get to that point. So I'm gonna try to put a pin in that. So
don't put too much.
Kevin, he checks into his hotel, and he starts enjoying his vacation. He goes to the pool, works on his cannonballs. He starts watching his favorite little violent movies. And he got a whole, like, he has housekeeping, not housekeeping, but he has, I forgot what you call it. But he has pretty much someone serving him ice cream and all the dessert. Like, does that sound like a good vacation on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me know. What kind of vacation is that for you? You get a hotel suite, all the dessert, good, well, movies you shouldn't be watching, which I'm sure we've. Anywho, is that a great vacation to you?
I'll give it an 8.9 because because I feel like it should have been 2 stories.
Which means what's 2 story? The suite?
Yeah. Some suites are 2 stories actually.
So Kevin did his suite wasn't all that to you? Okay. That's your opinion. That's the honest kid review, child. He said he wanted a duplex. Okay.
A tripleplex.
That's crazy. So Kevin, he's relaxing in his room. He's alone, right?
Oh wait. Okay.
What?
They're at the pool. He said he was like, "Does anyone mind if I work on my cannonballs?" And they're all like, "No, go ahead." But then, the lady in the back reading the magazine, she was like, covering her face. She said no.
Yeah, but she was a kid. She didn't want to mess his time up. So it's nighttime at this point. And the nosy, like, suspicious employee, Mr. Hector, he goes into the hotel room. And so he freaks Kevin out. So Kevin, quick thinking Kevin, he goes, turns the shower on, uses his little, you okay?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, he turns his shower on, the shower on. He uses Uncle Frank's recording and a little blow-up doll to act like a man was in there singing. How do you feel about that? He did a good job. So he pretty much scares off. You okay? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. He scares off the employee, but I think you need to get fired if you're sneaking in someone's room. What do you think?
I think.
You think so? Yeah, like that was unnecessary. You shouldn't be sneaking in somebody's room. Suspicious or not, like, you don't know what could have been going on up in there. That's doing too much. So after that, Kevin finds Uncle Rob's address in his dad's wallet or what have you. And so he's like, oh, well, I wonder if Uncle Rob is in town, because that's the same uncle that treated them to Paris the previous year. So he looks at a picture of his family in his dad's wallet, and looks like he's missing his family a little bit at this point. He's like, good night, Mom. He's kind of looking. I was like, oh, already? You would think I think probably the scare of the employee, maybe that kind of, got him a little sad, right? No?
I think so. Maybe.
I think so. So the next morning, he goes down to the lobby and he asks the same guy, Mr. Hector, is his transportation ready? And he was pretty much saying like, hey, there's a limo and a cheese pizza compliments of the hotel. So I don't know. The wording is a little not clear. I'm not sure if it's exactly the limo and the cheese pizza that they're paying for, or just the cheese pizza. But I feel like since Mr. Hector was so embarrassed and nervous, he probably just paid for the limo and the cheese pizza. What do you think?
Yeah.
So if somebody said, hey, I'm going to give you car service and your favorite meal for free, what kind of car and what kind of food would you ask for?
Kevin?
No, you. If you were in Kevin's position and they said, hey, we can get you a car.
Kevin Long.
Okay, so.
Let's see here. Lamborghini.
You asked for a Lamborghini.
What was that a question?
What meal would you request?
I would request a couple of fresh oranges and like croissant.
A croissant and stop lying for the internet. Tell the people what you would really order, because he lying, y'all. What would you order? You are not ordering.
I'm not lying.
A croissant and some oranges? I do not believe that. I know this boy.
Cheesy croissants with some oranges. I love oranges and I love croissants. Oh yeah, we got auto power too.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not believing this. You will order a Chick-fil-A meal or some pizza too. You love pizza. What's up, Blaze? You said Talk Boy, the toy Kevin uses in the film to record people's voices, was very in demand when the movie came out. See, I think I knew that, but it escaped my mind. But thank you for mentioning that, because they really was pushing like technology a little bit in terms of this show. I mean, sorry, this movie. Not that as now it's outdated, but back then I think they kind of used that to kind of illustrate, how affluent this family is, even though we see the house and that they're able to take these trips with all these people. But thank you. That's the technology is another thing I did want to mention as well. So Kevin asked the driver if he knows any good toy stores. He was like, "Do I?" So he takes him to what they call Duncan's Toy Chest. Now, from my recollection, I believe the real name was FAO Schwartz. I believe that's the real name of the toy store. I believe. I'm 90% sure.
So do they actually donate money to children's hospitals?
Well, I mean, a lot of companies do. I can't speak for the real toy store. But when Kevin leaves, the Mr. Hector, he decides to charge the credit card. And that's when he sees the card is stolen. And so he was so happy. Like, why do you think he was so happy to find out that the card that Kevin used was stolen? What do you think about that?
He's like, I got the little brat, and I'm gonna be promoted to the CEO. I'm the CEO.
You thought, okay, you're right.
I mean, you'll probably think that because he's stupid. I said it like that for a reason, because he's stupid.
That is right. He probably was like, and maybe also because he was always suspicious. And sometimes when you're suspicious of something and you realize that you were right, that's kind of like another, like, you know what, I following my gut is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but
and also because he's stupid.
All right, stop using that word, please. You can find a better word than that.
No?
Help. Say that. Help. Blaze, you said a Lambo and some fresh oranges. Sound like your nephew's a fan of Larry June PG.
What?
We'll discuss that later. Joe Block said the movie we all need is Home Alone, but the primitive species is a flag instead of humans. Child, Joe getting a little deep, but we'll move on. But so we see Harry and Marv. They're over there ice skating. Well, Marv is. So Harry decides, like, hey, we need to rob a place that nobody's thinking of that's going to have cash, and they're going to have it to where they're not going to be able to deposit to the bank. So they realize Duncan's toy chest is the best place because that's an expensive toy store, one, and they're not going to have time to deposit all the money that they are going to make. So that's their plan. So they go inside to the toy chest. They kind of testing it out. There's some little houses they're hiding into. So they have a plan to sneak in the house or stay in there until they close up, then go down to the registers and steal the money. Do you think that's a good plan?
I mean, like, when they're inside the house and they're putting their heads out, I mean, what else security guard walking by and he's like, get out.
Yeah, they should have not showed themselves. Like, I don't know if I would think
it would be a better place to have, like, maybe like under the tablecloth or something like that.
I don't know, because nobody probably is thinking a whole human is going to be hiding in there, especially not grown men. So that wasn't a bad hiding spot, but just they're idiots.
Just be more smart.
Yeah, just be more smart.
For once.
Yes, for once. So Kevin, he goes into this toy store and he buys some candy. He doesn't even buy any toys. And he has a conversation with Mr. Duncan. He doesn't realize it's Mr. Duncan at the time, but he gets a lesson on turtle doves and what they represent. So he pretty much tells them they represents friendship and love. And that's something I learned when I watched this movie, because nobody ever taught me what a turtle dove meant. Sorry, I didn't learn. I learned that from Home Alone. So he gave Kevin 2 turtle doves as a gift for donating to the children's hospital, because he told them at midnight they're going to dump out all the money and they're gonna pretty much donate to the children's hospital. That's a great thing, right?
Quick question to one of our viewers. Kevin Long, are you the actual Kevin?
No, it's not the actual Kevin. It's Kelvin. Kelvin with an L.
Kelvin.
Hey Blaze. I'm sorry, Joe. You said originally the final fight was supposed to be an amusement park, and he was set up traps at the beginning. He would go behind at the amusement park by family homeless too. Oh, okay. Maybe they were supposed. The only one that they really have is Coney Island, so and that's in Brooklyn. Blaze, you said I think they did film at FAO Schwartz. I grew up in the Bay Area, and back in the 90s, we had a massive FAO Schwartz toy store. Okay, in downtown San Francisco. Okay, that's cool. He said no, he's not the Kevin. Yes, it's Kelvin. Okay, and that was a character. So Kevin's over there. This is stressful. Okay. So he leaves the toy store. He's over there, looking at the map because he loves getting into the things. Okay, he is going to explore. He explores more than Dora, don't you think? Who explores more, Kevin or Dora?
Kevin. I mean, Dora's been all over the world except for probably America because she never visits America, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really watched her, so sorry. But
I never really watched her either. But
okay.
If there was 100 Doras in the world, annoying Doras, Kevin still will have explored more.
Yeah, I think you're right. So Kevin is on the street, and Marv and Harry, they exit the toy store, and they probably got cameras. They're going in and out of this toy store. They're not planning this well. But anywho, they see on his backpack his last name, and I don't know. That's kind of like a big coincidence, but we're going to let it go.
There's multiple Kevins in the world, dummy.
But they grab Kevin. And of course, he's shocked because he's probably thinking y'all supposed to be in prison. I sent y'all in prison last Christmas, okay? But Kevin, he does a smart thing. He's quick on his feet. So he screams, ah! So that buys him some time, right?
3.8 seconds.
But you was asking, like, nobody's going to do anything. So the thing is, growing up in New York, you have this, I'm going to mind my own business attitude about things. Like, it will take a lot for people to kind of intervene in a situation you have going on. Because a lot of times that does, when someone does step in to kind of help someone, they end up being the victim. And I've seen that happen numerous times, and it still happens to this day, where people try to stop a fight or stop someone from getting hurt, and then they end up dying or getting hurt. So that happens often, unfortunately. But New Yorkers, it's just an attitude. You got to mind your own business. Not saying that that's healthy, but it is what it is.
Just like I show everybody hates Chris, that caught mind his own business.
Huh?
And it show everybody hates Chris.
Oh, everybody hates Chris.
His own business.
Yeah,
but I feel like he just did that because he was black.
Oh, you think it was racial? Hey,
yeah.
It could have been. You never know.
Most likely.
So Kevin, he screams. Of course, it's daylight, and people are. It does, bring attention around him. So of course, Harry and Marv are looking around like, we gotta wait till we chase him. So they end up chasing Kevin. Kevin's able to do things along the way to kind of trip him up. Like he buys some pearls, they slip. That still is not enough. So he goes and runs to the hotel, and he asks Mr. Hector for help. Mr. Hector, sorry. And he was like, he pretty much confronted him about the stolen credit card. And so Kevin was scared, and he went to his room. He grabbed some snacks and his ticket. He was like, I'm done with this vacation.
I'm out. Peace.
I'm done. Like, deuces. So he sees, he notices somebody's coming in the room. So he has to think quick, right? So what does he do?
He plays the video. And it goes like, hold on right there. And blah, 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 blah. You're in here smooching with
my brother.
With my brother. The guy with the skinny legs and stuff. And then the employee said, the guy said, because talk about the employee, and then he said, that he was switching with another employee.
Yeah, his name was Cliff.
Yeah,
And they looked at his name tag. He was like, "No, we was not smooching."
No.
So Kevin, he throughout these two movies, he utilizes, the movies that he's watching, even though they're bad movies.
No wonder why they're his favorite movies. They saved his life.
Yeah, they save his life, and he's great with timing because he knows when to stop and rewind and pause and fast forward. Like
maybe he watched it a little too much.
Yeah, maybe he did watch it a little too much,
but it ended up saving his life. So.
Yeah, and then he was able to
escape them.
He was able to kind of get away because they even thought that they were shooting in the room because he was playing the scene with the little gunfire.
And then the people were like, get down, that's a crazy guy. My people, stay in your rooms. That's a crazy guy.
He was like a deranged lunatic or something. Joe, you said, how did the hotel people believe the TV dialogue? We all know that VHS home movie sounded really, but that's the thing too. Some things you just have to just go with the flow and just ignore, because if it makes too much sense to know that some of this stuff was not believable, but it's Home Alone. We gonna let it rock, okay? Oh my gosh. So Kevin, he runs out, and see, this was a success for Harry and Marv not really a success, but they kind of at the last minute in Home Alone 1, they realized they have to start thinking like Kevin. So you remember when Kevin was in the first one, and when he was going to exactly. So he was going to the Murphy's house, but they decided to kind of meet him, not follow him, but meet him out, and go through the front. Exactly. So they did the same thing. They didn't follow Kevin through the hotel. They went back of the hotel to the loading dock, and he pretty much fell into their arms. Stressful. So, so Harry, so Marv is telling everything about their plan to Kevin, because they have plans to off Kevin. So Kevin is secretly recording everything that.
He's so dumb that Bella cried.
And even Harry had to tell him, like, shut up, Marv, you're doing too much. And he was like, well, he's not going to live anyway. But it's still like, you can't underestimate Kevin. Like, Kevin's going to find a way out of the situation.
Because you're stupid.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. So now Kevin was able to escape Harry and Marv. Because once again, because there was a lady that they had a run-in with earlier that day, where she thought one of them touched her. So she actually punched Harry and Marv, and Kevin got away and he escaped. And so now he escapes and he's inside Central Park. And so there's like a class already there. And so he was able to escape. So it was a bunch of kids. So it was great. It was great. He was able to get away, but they was assuming like, hey, he in a park by himself. It's about to be nighttime. It's dangerous. Like, he's not going to be able to make it out this.
Joe Vlogs have 2 good comments, I think.
Okay. He said, why do Harry and Marv even tell him the plan? Like, what was the point? They knew he was capable. Exactly. They're idiots. You said also somehow they kept bumping into the same people.
How?
That's kind of...
Yeah, that's real.
I don't want to say completely unlikely in New York, but...
Hello.
Normally, when that's the whole thing, but yeah, it's 8 to 9 million people in New York. Unless y'all really live on the same street or in the same neighborhood, but in the middle of Manhattan, no, that's a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? Kelvin Long, you said Marvin Harry reminded me of Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers. You are right. You never seen the Power Rangers?
I did actually.
You did?
I was little.
Well, you was little.
Power Ranger.
I used to love the Power Rangers. I was a little older than you when it came out, but I was watching it. Judge me.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Yes, it was.
I got over it.
Did you know I saw the Black Ranger in real life? I was so excited.
Wow.
Uncle was not understanding my excitement, but we was in Florida, in Miami, and he was sitting down at this little coffee shop, like on the like it's a main like street that's popular in Miami. And he was just sitting there. And I was like, that's the Black Power Ranger.
That's the Black Power Ranger.
I was so excited. I was so excited. He didn't get it, but I was excited.
Did you ask for his autograph?
No.
Why?
I know. I have trauma about asking celebrities for autographs since I was a kid. Because I used to see a lot when I was a kid, and I've had some interesting stories.
What happened?
Well, I saw a rapper when I was young, and he refused to give me an autograph. He was very mean. I'm just going to say that.
It's like that rapper, Stu the rapper, and you're the worst rapper in the world.
Yeah, and he actually went to school.
Family.
He actually went to school with one of our cousins, and I told our cousins that story, and he was like, "No way, I can't believe that." But he said he was mean to him in school too. So he was just a mean rapper / person. Whatever. Anywho,
you're a loser.
You're a loser. Joe Block just said, "Forget Home Alone. Let's what Home Alone, Post Malone, a singer, has to be childish and stop burglars." Oh Lord, I don't know. I was going to say something mean. I don't want to say nothing mean. So all right, let's move on. So, the family, they are at the motel in Florida, and I don't even know who booked this vacation because they are in a horrible hotel. Like Kevin is definitely living it up.
I feel like Cheapskate was forced to do that, so that's why it's because he got cheap, and that's why it's so.
That's what I'm curious, because when it was pulling up, mind you, it's raining the whole time in Florida. Horrible decision. Florida is known for that. It just rains a lot, and
because they're next to like something. I'm pretty sure it's like
it's just that's a whole nother thing.
They just get more storms than different areas on the coastline.
But what I was going to say is Uncle Frank mentioned, hey, it didn't look like the brochures. He mentioned something like he knew how the place looked, but I still don't think he paid the money for it.
He said it didn't look like this when we were on our honeymoon. He said.
He did say that. What's up, Blaze? You said the rapper told PG, "I'm on my lunch break, move along." Yeah, it was actually Kumo D. And he was from the neighborhood that I grew up in, and he was in his car at a stoplight.
You know, I would say.
But my mom asked him for me. He still said no. He's like, he said, "I'm in a hurry" or something. And he like skirt along. I was like 6 or 7. I was traumatized.
I'll say whatever, loser.
Yeah. Hello there, good man 11. What's up? You said the small bandit would be fit to work at Santa's shop.
Viewers, nice.
So they get a call. The family get a call when they're at the hotel that Kevin has been found because he used their credit card, but they approached him and he ran away. So now they don't know where Kevin is. So the whole family packs up and goes to New York. They should have just went to New York the first place, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Kevin was telling them the whole time, Florida for Christmas? What? Like even me, like growing up in New York and Christmas, you just have, like, if you're born and raised in Florida, you probably it's normal to you to have palm trees. But I don't know. I just got, like, New York is probably one of the most perfect places you can be for Christmas.
Wait a minute. In the picture, why does his face look like that?
Who? The tall one?
Yeah.
Marv? Yeah. I don't know.
He looks
he's a little weird.
Marv.
He's a little weird. So Kevin, he goes to Uncle Rob's house, but no one's there. It looks like they're renovating, and they're probably still in Paris. Uncle Rob must be rich, right? I think he's rich because he's over there in Paris. He has a nice like brownstone, and those place that type of house that he lives in is very expensive. Like those aren't cheap. And to renovate it, renovation costs a lot of money. Joe Blocks, he said, did you know the actor for Kevin Culkin? That's probably not how you smell it. Never wanted to act in Home Alone 1 and 2, but was heavily forced by his, let's say, not so great dad. I feel like I did hear that before, but thank you for reminding me.
Dad.
Yeah. Some people just
want the money.
Yes.
Gold digger. So Kevin
realized
took all the money.
Yeah, so he realizes that no one's at Uncle Rob's house. So he goes to Central Park. And let's just say it's some scary characters there. Okay. Central Park is a dangerous place, especially like late 80s, early 90s. Like, I don't know if I would ever.
There?
I mean, just New York is just, crime is everywhere, right? But when you have more people, there's going to be more crime. That's just how it is. So Central Park is just not a place. You don't really want to be in any park, honestly, at night as a kid by yourself. So there's all these scary people.
Pennywise's gonna sneak up you like this.
Yeah, there's been people that are adults that get hurt in Central Park. Let's just say that. So Kevin is in a really scary position, and he tries to catch a cab. He was like, "Oh, it's dangerous out there." And the guy says, "Well, it's not any better in here." So he gets out of the cab. Do you think at this point Kevin should have went to like the police department or something? Maybe I wonder if that's where he was trying to go. I don't know where he was trying to go, but
I feel like one day the police department and the SWAT team should clear out Central Park, maybe.
Well, I love Central Park. Uncle got me into parks. I really wasn't a big park person until Uncle. So you have him to thank. But Bryant Park is another park in New York, which is probably my favorite park for some reason. Central Park is I don't know. I like them both for both reasons. Central Park probably is my favorite, honestly. There's a lot going on. Central Park is miles and miles and miles and miles. Like it goes.
I just have a request for police, SWAT team, or CIA. Clear Central Park, for God's sake.
Central Park is huge. It starts at it's like 80 blocks long.
Okay. But still, they have thousands of helicopters, probably, with the SWAT teams. They have drones. They have all this stuff these days. Yeah. They have ATVs. They can clear.
But you know how many feet? There's a zoo in Central Park. There's lakes. Yeah, there's a lot going on in that park. It's huge. It's huge. So it's easier for someone to be intimidated, especially a kid, right? So he goes and he gets stuck. His foot gets stuck when he sees the bird lady, the pigeon lady, and she saves him. So he was scared because he saw her earlier that day. But he noticed, like, hey, this lady helped me. So she's not as scary as I thought she is. Yeah. So they end up having hot cocoa and watching like a symphony or something. I believe that's Carnegie Hall. I think that's like a famous I think it's Carnegie Hall, which is a famous like performance place.
I feel like the guy who was leading that, I forgot his name, but he was a famous person. He was a famous music instructor, and he couldn't hear because he was deaf.
Oh, I'm not sure who you're talking about. But Kevin and the pigeon lady, they bond over hot chocolate. And honestly, Kevin gives her like some good advice about fear and opening her heart because she got her heart broken, which was kind of spun, into her being homeless because the man she was with left her. Like it's, and that's the thing too. And that's an interesting decision for the writers to make, right? Because New York at that time was kind of known for a lot of homeless people, and now a lot of cities are known. It's just homelessness is very like big now to this day. But I think it's interesting for the writers to choose for Kevin to befriend a homeless person and to kind of humanize that person because in New York, especially me, I was kind of raised to kind of ignore them in a sense, right? Because they could be dangerous, they could be on drugs, or they could hurt you because you never know, even though that's not really always true, but that's just a mindset of just growing up in a place that has a lot of homeless people because you don't know, some people have mental issues, so you just don't know. But I love the fact that they chose to kind of humanize and show the light side of this person. Like she wasn't scary at all. People just thought she was scary,
At this point, there's so much time in New York to get the Navy, get the Army SEALs, get the Air Force, get the Secret Service for Air Force One, get Air Force Defense One with nukes, get everything. It's
easier said than done. And honestly, America, we kind of profit off of crime, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a conversation we'll have later. But long story short, he, gives her some good insight and advice on opening her heart and not being so close-minded. Because she said she hasn't spoken to any humans in years, right? So I was thinking with his interaction with the bird lady and his conversation with his neighbor in Home Alone 1, I don't know. I just feel like Kevin, in some way, I see him like a little angel, like bettering, for the betterment of like certain people. I don't know. Like I always thought about what happened to that lady after Kevin left. Like, did he tell his dad, like, hey, there's this lady who's really nice. Can we go find her and find her a shelter? Like, I don't know. I used to think about people when I didn't get closure in certain movies, right? Because she was a nice lady. She loved the birds. She could have found a job with, in a pet store or something, or at the zoo. There's a zoo in Central Park,
How much crime happens at Central Park?
A lot. The most crimes are from the rats and the pigeons. I've seen them do some disrespectful things.
Like stealing?
Yeah, I've seen them just steal food. I saw a fight between, that we don't want to go there, but yeah, the animals are disrespectful in Central Park. Okay, so
Just make pigeons go extinct.
mm-hmm.
Like we can improve New York so much ways. The first way, making pigeons go extinct. They can get rabies. They steal food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pigeons are a thing. They
don't even have a purpose. They're ugly as well.
Oh, that's not nice. So the bird lady pretty much, tells Kevin, she's giving him some hope because he doesn't think he was a good year, wasn't a good kid that year. And she said, well, good deeds get erased with bad deeds, and it's worth double on Christmas Eve. So he was like, yeah. And so he started to think, about the kids in the children's hospital. And he was like, you shouldn't mess with kids on Christmas. So he went to the children's hospital and he like waved to a little boy. And he was like, you know what? You can't mess with kids on Christmas. So he goes back to Uncle Rob's house and then he lays out his blueprint. And what did it say?
Operation Ho Ho Ho.
Yes, Operation Ho Ho Ho.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
Santa in the house.
Oh my gosh. So we see that he has all these plans, okay? And he sets traps all over the house, y'all. How long did Kevin take? Like, it had to have been at least a couple hours. Right? 6 hours.
I'm still laughing at the picture. The guy.
They're both weird looking robbers, right?
Wait. The guy like. It's just fun. Keep showing.
So while Kevin is at Uncle Rob's house, his family arrived at the Plaza Hotel, and the parents are mad at the staff for scaring Kevin away. So the mother decides to go in the streets to look for him, and the dad decides to go to the police department.
But when people say your son lost in a big scene, it's like a lot of times she slapped him.
Yeah, I forgot about that. She did slap him. Did he deserve that?
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, for a very long time, I thought of him as like the villain or the bad guy. Do you see that, Mr. Hector? Do you see him as a bad guy, like the hotel employee?
Yeah.
You said, huh?
Yeah. You
do? Mm-hmm.
A
little, yeah. Now that I'm older, I'm torn a little bit. Even though I still don't like him as a character, I don't know. I kind of see his perspective because now he's like, who is this little kid over here in this hotel room with, this is a nice hotel. Like, we don't really see kids checking on their own. So now I'm not sympathetic towards Mr. Hector at all. But now I kind of see a little bit of like his mindset. But I think he should have approached it a lot differently. So it's midnight. And Kevin, he heads to the toy store, right? And so he takes a picture of Harry and Marv as they're robbing the toy store. And then
he has a rock, and he has a note wrapped around it. Mm-hmm. He throws it. Aim! Steady! Fire!
That's the alarm.
No, it was like it was like way faster.
It was way faster. Okay. So of course Harry and Marv, they're stuck because they're in the midst of a robbery, and Kevin just set the alarm. So Kevin, he pretty much starts the booby traps there. So he lured them to Uncle Rob's house, and he goes on the roof.
There was a booby trap before. So then and also the roof part I want to say, but they has a bucket here. He made a little seesaw with like he's like yeah, and I've come. And then lands on the car. Ugh.
Yeah, he lands.
How does it break through the car?
Yeah, the gravity, but I was trying to skip that because we're trying to get out of here. But yeah, you're right. There was a booby trap. Thank you for bringing that up.
And then the bricks. Kevin drove because he like because he promised either like I crossed my heart, hope to die, and all that stuff. He drove instead of throwing the camera down, he drove the brick down. Ooh, in one of the guy's face. And then another one, it hit the guy's face again. And then another one, another one.
Okay, yeah, a lot of acting there. Joe Blocks said, I know like there's no one who watches 3D movies anymore. I have a 3D TV, which is good. Which is why I thought of it. You have a 3D TV?
Wait, what is a 3D TV?
Wow, that's 3-dimensional. He said, but it'd be cool to see Home Alone 1 and 2 in 3D, and the traps will coming at you. Yeah, maybe 4D. Have you heard of 4DX, Joe? 4DX is when I think you went to a movie with us when we have 4DX, when they kind of chairs move and like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I want to go through that though, because Harry and Marv went through a lot. I don't want to experience that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that may hurt. So
yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's like,
yeah. All right, be careful. So he lures them to Uncle Rob's house, and they asked for the camera back because he's on the roof. And so he was like, okay, you want the camera? And so he's throwing bricks at them because they're thinking it's a camera. But he throws the bricks, and they're not learning their lesson, right? So they end up trying to go in the house, but there are so many like booby traps. Like there's holes in the floor, slime on the ladders, there's staples, a staple gun at the door, their bag of tools that falls on their head.
And there's also it's like sticky tar. And then one says he has a nail on.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Then one of them got electrocuted.
Oh yeah.
Marv.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been alive after that. That's a lot. That was a lot. And then Harry got the blowtorch to the head again. Like, I know your brain cells is cooked. It's already cooked. It was already cooked.
The third time he got blowtorch.
Yeah, it was a lot. So they went through all that, and Kevin, he's cocky because he tells them, don't you know a kid always wins against two idiots? So he's tormenting them, and he's really just he's giving them the works. He's giving them the works.
Kevin was wrong.
He was wrong.
Instead of idiots, he just said brain cellless people.
Oh, I'm gonna use that. I mean, that was a good one. Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna use that. Okay. So we ended, huh?
Don't you know a kid always wants to get two brain cellless people?
You should be a Home Alone 7 if it's 6 Home Alones. You should be a Home Alone 7. So Kevin, he leaves the house and he calls
a black kid.
He calls the cops on the payphone. You know what a payphone is?
It's a phone from 1983.
So yes, it's phones that we didn't really have,
smartphones.
Yeah.
But
so
back then you had dumb phones.
Yeah, we had dumb phones. Yeah. So he calls the cops on the payphone. He let them know that there's two robbers. He lets them know the street and that there'll be fireworks.
Yeah.
Let them know that he's going to be in the park. So Kevin thinking he's going to lure them back, to the cops, and he slips on ice and they catch up to him. So they take Kevin back into the park and starts, pretty much threatening him. And Harry was trying to shoot at Kevin, but with so much slime and goat on the gun, he couldn't do it. then the bird lady came and saved Kevin's life, right?
But he had like
She had the bird food. She had the bird food, and then
wait. But when they fall down, why do pigeons wait for them to fall down? And because then they're flying like around him. Why do they wait for them to fall down? And then they come up like from behind everywhere. Like why don't you just?
You want to make sure you know where the food is about to land. Do you start eating when I'm placing the plate, or you wait till the food hits the table?
Hits the table.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta wait. So the cops show up because he had the fireworks and he had the bag of money, he had the recording, and he had
60 cop cars.
Yeah, it was
600 people there.
It was a lot.
600 cops. Get on the ground.
It was a
They
lot.
had shotguns, they had pistols, they had everything.
So Mr. Duncan, he finds Kevin's note in the toy store. So he was like turtle doves because he mentioned the turtle doves. So now he remembers who the kid was. And so we see the mom. She actually visited Uncle Rob's house. I forgot that part. But she just missed Kevin. So she tells the cab to go to Times Square. So she's in the Times Square like area. And so she sees two cops, ask for help. And he was like, well, put yourself in your kid's shoes. Where would he go? She know he loves Christmas trees. So she was like, Rockefeller Center. So she finds Kevin at Rockefeller Center, which brings memories to me because I used to go there. I used to go ice skating and stuff and see the trees. So that's really like a fun thing for kids to do. So hopefully one year we can do that. So she sees Kevin. They apologize to each other and they hug it out. How do you feel about that?
Scene.
Scene.
Wait. Go.
No. Stop. Don't do that.
Scroll up.
What?
Because Joe Blocks had a good question, remember?
Oh yeah, there was a question he did mention.
Was the guy screaming?
Oh, I don't remember that part. But we have to get out of here in a minute. We have to get out of here, Christian. I'm sorry. We have to wrap this up. It's getting too long. So, so the next morning they wake up in a nice penthouse. So that's what you was asking for. That's the type of suite you would like.
2 stories. 2
stories, right? So Fuller has the bed to himself. He has like 4 Coca-Cola cans.
One on the table and 2 right here and 1 right here.
It looks like Uncle Frank does not do anything at all because he doesn't even explain to Fuller. Like Fuller is clearly disrespecting the family. He has the bed, like they're all in like couches and twin size beds, and he's over there got a whole like bed to himself, hogging up the space because he likes to drink Coca-Cola at night. Those parents of his, the whole family, they need to throw away, honestly. Like they're trash, right?
Coca-Cola is banned from the house.
So Fuller wakes Kevin up, and Kevin was like, "There's really no expectations, right?"
But then because the guy read his note, he got it wasn't like those big trucks. Like those big trucks. It was like one of those small like moving trucks. Like
outside the hotel.
Yeah.
They was delivering toys. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a whole truck full.
It was a whole truckload. Hey, William, how are you? So so they go to the Christmas tree and they find all these gifts from Mr. Duncan. That was so cool, right?
Yeah.
I always think like, how do they get all that stuff home? Like, Mr. Duncan, do you have a private jet to help us take all this stuff home? Or we could rent a U-Haul, maybe. He did have a truck, so maybe we could put this stuff back in the truck and take it to Chicago.
Here's my plan.
You have a plan?
I'm like a helicopter coming in. They put it all back into the truck. They put in an airplane. Look out below! Parachutes.
Okay.
Parachutes.
So
this is to the whole neighborhood.
So Kevin sees the turtle doves on the tree. So he sneaks out, goes down, and finds the bird lady and give her a turtle dove, and they share like a nice warm hug. Like it felt so good and like, oh, Christmassy. Like,
let me hug you back. Let me hug you back.
It felt good to see that. I hope all is well with the bird lady. So as soon as like he's done hugging, he hears his dad.
Kevin, you spent
$967.43
on room service.
on room service. I'm trying to find that comment that we saw earlier about this team. Ugh, and I missed it. But that's a lot of money on room service. That's a lot.
Maybe?
So give me your rating for Home Alone 2 while I'm looking. On a scale of 1 to 10. Give me your rating.
Okay. 9.
You give it a 9. Is it better for you, in your opinion? Is it better than Home Alone 1, or is Home Alone 1 better?
Home Alone 1's better.
Yeah, I like Home Alone better too. Even though I love sometimes when they try to make another like a second movie, like a sequel, is not that good. But this is really good though. This is a close, like Home Alone is just always going to be special. But they did a really good job with this particular one.
At this point, if they get lost so much at the airports, they have the strongest magnet to connect them and their family together. Literally, that's what they have to do.
I'm sorry, Joe. You said there was supposed to be a Harry and Marv spinoff. Oh, it was great. I did not know that. That's a good fun fact.
Joe Blogs have the good comments here.
Yeah, good comments. Good comments. So do you have any ending words about Home Alone 2? Anything you want to discuss? Any favorite parts or
Little Bro Fuller?
Yeah.
Next time,
Mm-hmm.
soda is banned forever.
Yeah. Just drinks in general.
I mean, have some water.
Yeah.
Like a small water bottle every couple hours, and then one Coke, and never.
Like nobody should be drinking much soda, especially a kid. Like, what are we doing here?
A 4 or 6 or 5-year-old?
He had like a whole pack by himself. Oh my gosh.
Right. His parents are so irresponsible. Mr. Cheapskate.
Bronson, you said I found and subscribed to your channel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. So, do you have any favorite moments of Home Alone 2?
Yes.
What's your favorite moment?
Kevin, you spend blah blah blah.
Yeah. I think the comment that Joe had, he was trying to, figure out how his dad, he was able to hear his dad from the top, floor. That was kind of
yeah, that was his comment about.
Yeah, but that was cool. Bronson said Macaulay Culkin made $4.5 million from Home Alone 2.
Is that his dad?
Where? In the comment? No. Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
No, that's the actor who played Kevin. That's his real name.
So Mr. Wait.
Macaulay Culkin. That's the actor's name.
So Mr. Culkin.
Mm-hmm.
Next time, don't force your kids to play.
No, you talking about Macaulay's dad.
Oh.
Yeah, Macaulay's dad was apparently forced him.
How rude.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, you said, how did Kevin's dad hear from the top floor of the hotel when Kevin was out the hotel? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't want to say impossible, but unlikely. I'm trying to think, do I have any favorite moments? My favorite moments was just, I have a thing where I love when movies kind of show the city and just explore the city itself. I call it using the city as a character on its own. So I love the fact that they show New York at Christmas time, because that's very nostalgic to me. That makes me feel, think about my childhood, and it makes me happy. I love being from New York. I love being able to experience New York in the winter and in Christmas time. So that's why I love seeing all the landmarks and stuff. That's my favorite part.
Joe Blocks, I have a question for you. Are you new to the channel? Is he new to the channel?
I don't know. Probably. Bronson, you said in the first movie, Daniel Stern says kids are scared of the dark. In the second movie, he said kids are scared of the park.
Oh, they're right.
You're right. That's a good take. Yeah, he did say kids are scared of the park when Kevin escaped in Central Park. when they realized, they couldn't find him.
We're being scammed by a kindergartner.
That's your favorite line at Home Alone. We're being scammed by the kindergartner. That's top tier comedy right there.
Well, Joe Box and Bronson Wright Wolf. Shout out to you both for joining the channel.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you shouting them out. Joe Block said Macaulay Culkin never wanted an acting job, but he was forced to act in really every movie, and his dad took all of his probably say earnings. His dad abused his kids. Yeah, I think I remember his dad not being a good person, and Macaulay suffered a lot, in his life. And my favorite Macaulay Culkin, one of my favorites.
Wait, if you were so rich, just buy new parents.
Can't buy new parents. He actually played in a really good movie called My Girl. It's sad though, so I don't know if you want to watch it, but that was a good Macaulay Culkin movie. What's up, Landon? You said Landon Wester's YouTube channel backup. You said I love this movie. Yes, me too. We're about to get out of here, but feel free to watch the playback. Bronson, you said there's a deleted scene from the first movie where the whole family is sleepless in Paris. Buzz is the only one sleeping. That makes sense. The rest of the family feels guilty because of the way they treated Kevin. Yeah, Buzz, get out of here, Buzz. You're not it. I'm sorry. I want to say worse words, but I'm trying to be nice.
Escape to Ohio.
Yeah, Buzz and Uncle Frank, they can both.
And Fuller,
get out of here.
And Fuller, he can stay if we have an extra bed.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 2 extra beds because of the guests.
Joe Block said, what would be your pitch for your own version of a Home Alone movie? That's a good one. Well, when we started reviewing Home Alone, I would, and that saying race is not like a big deal, but I would love to see an African American kid or a kid of color be featured in a Home Alone movie. But I don't know where I would. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a city where it would be placed. I know. Where?
Drum roll, but
okay. What's your answer?
It's South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay. I was thinking more like another big city, maybe Los Angeles.
LA, yeah. LA.
Yeah, I like the idea of LA. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like the scenario, but it's not coming to me right now. Maybe
on the airport. There was an incident. Like something happened in the front part. I had to go there. Blah blah blah.
Okay, you're kind of rambling, so.
That stuff.
He said my favorite line is, Kevin, you spent $967.
Same.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. Kevin, you was only there for 2 days.
Like, chill.
And not even the whole time. You was out there sightseeing, sir. So that dessert cost a lot. But hotel food, like, is already overexpensive and they overcharge you. So Bronte said there's another deleted scene from the first movie where Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, that's Harry and Marv, are singing their own version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's called Harry and Marv Are Coming to Town. I need to see if I could find like some deleted scenes on YouTube.
Right. They had after like inside the credits they should have deleted scenes and stuff.
Yeah. Some movies do that. Joe Block said one of the scenes can be the robbers accidentally getting on a hoverboard, but don't know how to work it.
What?
That would be funny. But Home Alone, I don't know if it will work too well in this day and age. Cause we kind of talked about it last week, where we have so much technology now. Like it's kind of easy to find safety for a kid that's home alone if you have like technology or like a support system like family and stuff. You said there was another scene, deleted scene, where from the first movie where Kevin's oldest kind of cut off a little bit. But yeah, I would give Home Alone 2 9.5 or 10. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. We'll be discussing Home Alone 3 next week, where we are introduced to Alex. So
Alex is the one with all those devices.
Yeah, so we'll kind of get into that. Home Alone 3. Some people, kind of stop it at Home Alone 2. But I think Home Alone 3 is okay too. Like
he saved the world actually.
Yeah, we don't want to get into it too deep today. But yes, next Saturday we'll discuss Home Alone 3 and we'll be discussing Home Alone 4 2 days before Christmas because we're trying to get these all in before Christmas Day.
Team Toxic, be there.
Yes. So we kind of have to get out of here. You guys, it's getting late. It's almost bedtime. So please make sure you like the video, subscribe if you are new here. And yes, we will see you guys next week.
Bye. Like and subscribe.
Bye. Thank you. Toodles.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Black Santa.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Benny, bag of donuts. How are you?